And yet another lovely day here in London, England. Temperature's been around 23 degrees Celsius today, so nice and warm. And by the end of the week, it's going to be around 29, 30 degrees Celsius. So that's going to do wonders for my banana and other subtropical plants in the garden. So I thought I'd do a little garden tour, a nice June garden tour. It's going to be a bit random. So I think we'll go over to my wife's mini project. Say hi.
Hiya.
It's my wife, Mrs. Joe's Tropicals. And she's growing, what are you growing?
New potatoes.
New potatoes. So this is the Charlotte variety. And as you can see, nice healthy growth there. And hopefully we'll get some delicious new potatoes when it's time to harvest. Apparently, when the leaves turn yellow and start to die off, that's when you harvest your potatoes. And then we'll look down here and we have my tropical guavas. This one here is the Egyptian white, and we've got a lot of new growth here, guys, and lovely trunk down there. No fruit, no flowers as yet, so hopefully next year this will flower for me as I get it through the winter. I'll probably take it indoors to overwinter that. And then we have my pink guavas. So these were all grown from seed, as I've mentioned in previous videos, and these are doing really well. I actually pinched a couple of the branches just so that they'll branch out even more, and we can see some new shoots over here. So that's really cool. And we'll look down. We've even got more growth here. I'm not too sure if I'm going to cut these off, just so that they don't take the energy from the main trunk there, as you can see. And then we've got some dragon fruit down here. Now these haven't done too well outside, and I may have to bring them back inside. It looks like they've been getting sun scorched there. So I mean, I would have thought they'd do well in the sun, but probably because they've been grown indoors, they're not used to the direct sunlight. And then we'll move over here, and we've got some seedling. These two here are seedling lemon guava, which I grew from one of the fruits from my larger tree, which is in a raised bed outside. So these are doing really, really well in the pot, nice and green and healthy. And then we have quite a few. We've got about 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, actually 12 Colombian pink guava. And I grew these from seed, from a lovely pink fruit, pink flesh guava. And as you can see, good growth here, lots of new growth, and they're doing well outside. And this one's actually starting to send out some side shoots there, so that's pretty cool. And then at the back over here, we have some black currants. I think I said in the previous video that these were red currants, but it looks to be black currants there. But yeah, really cool. Nice and healthy in vitamin C, so that's good. And then we'll look up here, and we've got a avocado tree. A little bit of yellowing leaves here. I think I need to give this some liquid seaweed just to green up the leaves there, but still doing really well in the pot. Bit of growth down there. And then we'll move over to my potted olive tree. And as you can see, we've got loads of flower buds here, guys, all over the tree. So this is doing well in the pot. Roots are restricted, but yeah, still flourishing, as you can see, all over. So that's the olive tree there. Here's my beautiful Dominica fig tree, and this has multiple grafts on here. About 5 different varieties I've grafted onto this fig tree here. And as you can see, I've done some heavy pruning all over the tree just to keep it from coming into my kitchen basically. So yeah, doing really well. We've got some figs here, got a fig over here, lovely size there, guys, but not much this year, unfortunately, and that's due to the late frost. which killed off all the Brava crop. So yeah, unfortunately, the frost killed off all the Brava crop. But I mean, we do have a few dotted around the tree. I think I'll show you guys some of my graftings that are doing really well, flourishing. This is one. This huge branch over here is the Spanish Black, and that's the grafting union here. Spanish Black fig tree, and that's the dog getting on my nerves. But yeah, so that's the Spanish Black grafted onto the Dominica Toro. I've got a new one up here. This is the Noir de Corom. So that hasn't budded out yet, but it's still moist. I think there's some green shoots. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, there we go. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not focusing very well, but yeah, that's definitely worked. That'll soon leaf out. So Noir de Corom grafted on there. We'll move on to a Smith. That's the cat. Smith variety. And there's the graft. Let me see where we can see the grafting union, guys. Grafting union. So we've got a few varieties. I won't show you all of them. We've got a Cadota. Let me show you one more. There's a Cadota. And there's the grafting union there. And we've got a nice long branch. And it's branched out really well. So the grafts have really taken onto this tree. And this is a nice sort of dwarf fig tree. So it hasn't grown humongous or anything like that. So yeah, definitely at a manageable height. We'll move on. This is my in-ground pomegranate. I've had this in the ground for at least 5 years. Grew this from seed. And as you can see, it's flourishing there, lots of new growth. We have a white Chujubes or white Pakistan mulberry in the pot there, branched out loads, no fruit unfortunately. It did have fruit earlier on in the season and they dropped off, so it's probably not ready to fruit, still young. We've got some chili plants in the pots here, so I'm gonna have to up pot these and give them a good watering. Another pomegranate in ground, doing really well. Some Cherimoyas. So seedling Cherimoyas, which I planted from seed. Nice and green. This is a Japanese persimmon. Now I got this from a Japanese guy on an allotment. And he said that he grew this from seed from his parents' fruits in Japan. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully one day this will fruit for me. And then over here we have the sunflower pawpaw. So this is sunflower variety, grafted. So still very young, as you can see. So it's going to be probably several years before that flowers for me. And then we've got a seedling pawpaw over here. And then we've got my bananas. This is the Musa Helen's hybrid. You can see there, guys, I mean, it's taller than the fence. And as we move closer, this is the mother tree, mother plant. Don't call bananas trees. And then over here we've got some pups. Hey, and then we've got the dog stripping the bark. Hey, you, get away, hey, get away. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I had to get the dog in before he destroyed my banana. Yeah, so we've got the pups here. And you can see we've got a new leaf beginning to unfold there. Another leaf here unfolding. So another pup there. And guys, I mean, if you look under here, this is just gorgeous. So this is underneath the leaf, the other side. And it's lovely. Now these leaves are nice and thick, and they definitely tear less than the Musa Baiju, that's for sure. So if you're looking for a strong leafed or tough leaf banana, the Musa Helen's hybrid is a good one to plant outside. And then we'll turn around and we'll have a look at my raised bed. What's growing on here? We've got some corn, nice and healthy. Some chilies. which are not doing too. They're not doing too well. The chilies. Not too sure why. But maybe I'll give them a little bit of watering. And then we've got some onions, some red onions there, in between the chili, and some beetroot. Lots of beetroot. Really healthy. And we'll go and have a look around. Let's look at the beetroot itself, popping up out of the ground. There you go. Look at that. And we've got loads of them, guys. So excited about having my own fresh beetroots. We've actually got a yellow variety just over there. And then we have some potted figs. That's the Spanish black there. Lovely specimen. And we'll move on to my... So this is just a quick tour, guys. Just rushing through. We've got tomatoes. So just flowering here. This is San Manzano, I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's a plum tomato variety anyway. And then we'll move on to my finger lime, Australian finger lime. So in the previous video, I did show you them flowering. And we've got some fruit, lots of fruit here, guys, all over the tree. Some larger than others. We'll go around here. So this is the first time my finger lime is fruiting for me. Got a nice large one there. So yeah, I'm not too sure how long it takes for them to fully grow and mature. But definitely cool being able to grow these Australian finger limes in my garden. And then we'll move on to we'll go into my citrus. Actually, before my citrus, we'll go to the pineapple guava. So this is my large unknown here. Beautiful specimen. And this is smaller Triumph variety. And guys, I mean, if you look all over this tree, I mean, look, this flower buds are beginning to open up there. But look all over, we've got flower buds on every single branch. Flower buds there. So in the coming days, I would say these will begin to open up for me. As the temperatures are set to get even hotter, these should begin to open up. Some are smaller than others. Some of the flower buds are smaller than others, so it'll be a staggered flowering. But yeah, really excited. We've got lots and lots of flower buds dotted all over there, even down to the ground there. So that's cool. And then the larger one, the unknown, which gives absolutely delicious fruits, has got flower buds on there too, as you can see. And that's all over the tree as well. So we have a look. Got some more over here, dotted around. Larger ones here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a good harvest this year of pineapple guavas, guys. Look at that. So that'll help with cross-pollination, both of them flowering. We've actually got another one over here. This one is the mammoth variety, and it's in a pot. I may put that in the ground somewhere in the garden, but this is the mammoth variety. As you can see, we've got some healthy leaf growth here, and we've got a lot of flower buds. Look, there's a cluster there of flower buds on there. More on every branch. Pineapple guava. So we're going to have a lot of fruit this year, I hope. Anyway, we'll move on to the citrus. This is my Satsuma, and this has flowered for me. You can see a flower there, but we've also got some fruit as we look into the tree here itself. So fruit all over the tree, and flower buds that haven't opened up. So yeah, we should get, hopefully, we'll get our Satsumas this year. And then over here, the large tree here, this is a Clementine, and this is also flowered for me. Let me move a little bit closer, see if I can find some fruits. It's not that easy to find, guys, but I may, let's have a look. Might have to go to the other side. I'll go around the other side. Okay, so we're on the other side of the tree, and here we go. We've got some fruit These are a bit smaller than the Satsumas, but yeah, some Clementine fruit. Now I'm really hoping that we will get these to full maturity and we'll have some tasty Clementines. Alright, so down here is a black Pakistan Mulberry, and that's doing really well. Now it was a lot taller than it is now, but I had to chop off these or prune these branches here because of the frost damage, but it's okay, it's bouncing back. And then we have my Rio Red grapefruit, lots of new growth, so that's pretty cool. And now we'll move on to my lemon guava. All right guys, so this is my lemon guava, which you saw in previous videos, and it's really branching out now. We've got lots of new growth here, but also lots of flower buds. As you can see, let's just focus in there, hopefully. Flower buds on every single branch here. More down here. So in the coming weeks this should flower for me, and I'm hoping to get some delicious lemon guavas. Lots of new growth, so I'm really pleased about that. This is in a raised bed. There's no bottom so that the roots can go into the ground, and yeah, just a lovely tree. Okay, so we've got some pomegranates. These are all seed grown in large pots. Some more pomegranates. Very easy to propagate, guys, so have a go if you haven't grown pomegranates before. And then this is my Nikita's Gift persimmon. This is recently planted, so this is a new baby in the garden here, and hopefully in years to come we'll get some delicious Nikita's Gift. So that's a persimmon tree there. And then we'll move on to that's my Prima Pawpaw. So this flowered for me, but unfortunately, even though I hand pollinated it, and this is supposed to be self-fertile variety, I haven't got any fruit set. So maybe it's just because it's still young, and hopefully with my other pawpaws, when they start flowering, I can cross-pollinate this tree. But that's the Prima Pawpaw. And then we'll look up, and this is my large in-ground olive tree here, guys. I mean, majestic tree. And I think I need to definitely top prune that, give it a good old prune on the top there, because it's grown really tall. But yeah, healthy, and we've got a lot of flower buds here. If I can focus in, lots of flower buds, guys. As you can see, let's have a look. Not really clear, but all over the tree. And then we'll move on to my Jujubes. Lots of new growth. This is an unknown variety here, but look at the growth on here, guys. All of this branch in here, I mean, that's at least 6 or 7 inches tall of branch in here, all over the tree. Lots of growth, really healthy, and yeah, I'm really pleased. And hopefully, I mean, this one hasn't fruited for me before. Hopefully it will this year, now that it's another year old. There's some flower buds there in between the leaves, so all over this tree flower buds. So coming days they should begin to open up and flower for me. And then we've got the Lang variety over here. Again, lots of new growth. I mean, look at these branches here. This is a very fast growing tree. Although I thought Jujubes were slow growing, these definitely aren't. I mean, look, all of this here is this year's growth. I mean, that's a lot of growth there. And then again, we've got flower buds in between the leaves there, as you can see, all over. Flower buds here, guys. Let's have a look. There we go. So that's my Lang Jujube. Beautiful, beautiful tree. I'm really pleased to be growing these things in my garden. And then we'll move on to my this is my Rojo Brillante persimmon tree. And this one has loads of flower buds. I mean, if I can zoom in, I mean, the majority of the flower buds are up on the top. It's quite difficult, it's quite shaded over here at the moment, so you can't really see, but I'm going to try and see if there's any ones below. Alright guys, so here's a flower bud here. So this is from the Rojo Brillante Persimmon. And I'm going to move up a bit. It's really jungly here, really bushy. We've got some flower buds there, if you can see, and underneath over there, and then loads up there. I mean, I don't know if you can see. So that's the Rojo Brillante. And then we'll move over to my avocado tree. Let's move a bit closer. And the last time I showed you it was just leafing out. And look at that growth, guys. This avocado tree is loving it. So this is from an Ettinger seed. Been in the ground for over 3 years and is doing really well. And then we have a Spanish black fig tree at the back there, guys, growing like a monster. No figs on there as I can see as yet, unfortunately, and that's due to late frost again. And then we'll come out. And over here is my Chocolatino Persimmon. No flowers on here at all. It did get a lot of frost damage, and this is the secondary growth on here. And I'm just not sure if I want to keep this one in the ground, guys. I mean, please let me know what you think in the comment section. But it just seems to be drowned out by the Rojo Brillante. The Rojo Brillante is flourishing, flowering and fruiting, whereas the Chocolatino isn't. So what do? Do I take it out or just leave it? And then last but not least is my Loquat Roseanne. So this is a grafted variety. And you can see here we've got a lot of new growth here. Lovely leaves, beautiful leaves, lots of growth. And hopefully at some point this will fruit for me. It's flowered once since I've had this in the ground. And that was promising, but no fruit as yet. All right, guys, that was a brief, although I say brief, it's 20 odd minutes, but just a little garden tour, a June garden tour, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate you subscribing. Happy gardening.